Honestly, I'm going to say no. Like, why? They're 4-0. Their last 3 wins have been against Super Bowl contenders. And I get they should have a standard and look at their game and say, we got to improve, Mm-hmm. But as far as A.J. Brown, I'm either ignoring him. He had 9 targets yesterday.
I know, but they're fake. When you look, they're like
some of them he wasn't open. Some of them he wasn't open.
Like,
they tried to force it to him.
Yeah.
But he got some targets. And here's my thing, Coach. As hard as it is to win games in the NFL, I don't think you can get into style points and things like that. Now, again, you need to look and say, look, guys, we really aren't playing well. Fortunately, we've been winning, but let's improve this. Let's execute this better. But I think 2 years ago when they fell into the supernatural funk, it was because they bought into, well, yeah, we're 10-1, but the wins have been ugly. They've been too close. We haven't played well. And eventually that caught up to them.
Okay.
The Chiefs last year, I mean, they knew they needed to play better, but they weren't buying. I don't remember a ton of press conferences.
No,
yeah, they're like, yeah, we're not playing well. Yeah. It's so tough to win that if you keep winning, you should be happy with that, even as you continue to work on your weaknesses.
Coach, can I show you this graphic that speaks to Brew? This century. Josh, I love when you do this century stuff. It makes it feel very long. 4-0 with each win by 1 score. Like you said, Brew, is last year's Chiefs lost the Super Bowl. The Jets lost the divisional round, and the Vikings lost the NFC Conference Championship. So, I don't know. This bodes well, although everything is ugly.
I don't know that I agree that bodes well.
You don't think so? Why? Because of the Jets?
No, because the Eagles want to get back to the Super Bowl. What that shows is that it's rare and only one of the teams that did it got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't think it bodes terribly, but I don't think it bodes
well. I like that missed Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
Or missed playoffs. Yeah. I get nervous about.
Look, nothing says go away quietly like posting on X.
Right.
Let me quote the Bible and talk about going away quietly, but make sure that everybody knows that I'm going away quietly. There's nothing quiet about that. So here's where my concern is. Last year, when the book came out, remember, and they did that great piece on how he used the book on the sideline for motivation. It was such a good piece, really insightful. I got that bookmarked at home. So that happened during the playoffs. So that was a long, long time into the season. Now we're week 4, and we're already at the quotes and the discontent. And to me, if they give into this, that's going to create the problem. If they start feeding this complaining, that's going to create the problem. Would everybody in Philly be happier if they lost a game, but A.J. Brown had 15 catches? Like, A.J. would be happy, but would anybody else be happy?
So, hold on.
Go ahead.
Are you going to go away quietly?
No. I'm going to answer your question about would everybody else be happy, and the answer is maybe. So here's the thing. First of all, because what's going on in Philadelphia right now, this isn't concern trolling. This is historically unprecedented. Like, Jalen Hurts just had a game that we haven't seen since Jake Delhomme, where you threw that much in the second half, you don't complete a pass. If we show you their first half, second half this week, Dust, what you see is that should be impossible. And then when you realize that it's back-to-back games like this, just in reverse order.
Yes.
Like, Eagles, play a normal game challenge. Impossible. Like, first, so here is...
And they hung 30 on them.
No. So here is where I will today, because I complimented the Eagles last week. Wilds didn't take it as this when I said they're the new Chiefs. As far as even when you win, you get nitpicked, the close, whatever. Take a page out of the Chiefs 2 years ago when they were the defending champions playbook and practice. Use part of the games as practice, even if maybe it costs you a game, but work on this stuff not just to satiate A.J. Brown, but also to get better at it. Like,
how about though we work? So, I think that's smart, but let's work on that against some of the lesser teams, not Tampa Bay.
In practice.
Because that doesn't make A.J. Brown happy, and I understand it should. Coach, listen, I understand this is not the platonic ideal for a wide receiver to help you go win a Super Bowl, but it's the wide receiver you got. and he's one of the greatest in the history of your franchise, as far as the all-pros, the prolificness, all of it. And if you are trying to get through another 15, 17 games together, you need to do it. And that Chiefs team that you guys gave me a hard time on, that I said was practicing, was the one that lost games in the middle of the year, that did have to go on the road. And then in the playoffs, knew everything they could do and play every different type of way that they needed to play. If you're Philly, because they are a great team, and so, like, I still have some concerns about the defense, but DeJean keeps getting better and better. Like so you have a little regular season wiggle room.
Okay. I can't with this some of this nonsense. I mean, guys. Oh gosh. Oh, I get after this one. We are going to get after this one because I think people just fundamentally don't understand how to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and this football team. And it's just it's unbelievable at this point. It really he said the quiet part out loud. It would be better for AJ Brown to have more yards, but they lose. That is just such insanity. That is such insanity for so many different reasons, because it's not like AJ Brown is new with this Philadelphia Eagles offense. He knows how to work them. They don't need practice. He knows how to get the ball to AJ Brown in the biggest moments because he's done it in every single round of the playoff game. He's done it in the literal Super Bowl. He's done it in the NFC Championship game. So it's just absurd at this point. It really, 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 really is absurd. But before I keep going, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I need to ask you, please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe when watching this video and watch this entire video. As I said before, it is without a shadow of a doubt the best way to support this channel. This is what happens when you watch the entire video and when you subscribe. We go vertical, man. We have a party, and I am trying to create an avalanche of sports content right now. I am trying so hard to absolutely positively go all in on creating the best possible content that I can. I'm exhausted by it. I'm losing my voice. Because I just love this stuff, and I want to create such an awesome community. It is we, not me. And this is the power that you guys have. And by subscribing and watching the entire video, it helps the growth of this channel where we can actually become fully rooted in the sports talk community. And I want that so badly, man. I want to build something that is truly worth building. I want a community that is truly worth being part of. So please help me out. Please be part of it. It's zero cost to you. Be part of the movement. Now let's get into it because I'm sweating. My throat, my voice. Got to splash some water on my face right now. Listen, this is an issue of play calling. This is an issue of play design. This isn't a roster issue. This isn't a chemistry issue. This notion of the Kansas City Chiefs are just practicing. They're just practicing. It's so nonsensical. It's so nonsensical. And it was dealing with other people who were genuinely, should we say, struggling throughout the season. Patrick Mahomes himself was struggling. He was inaccurate. Receivers, dropping passes, integrating new players like a Rashid Rice. Like, those things matter. Those things matter. And then it wasn't like, oh, the playoffs now, they can just do it all because they practiced. No, that's not really what happened. The Baltimore Ravens played terrible. Okay, you played the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills players decided to drop the ball. The Buffalo Bills players nearly had the same number of drops in one game than the Chiefs had the entire playoff year. Okay, that's what happened. And then you played the 49ers, where you had a muffed punt, a fumble by Christian McCaffrey, and Greenlaw, who went down, and his backup was able just to get torched. It wasn't, well, we practice more. Now we're better. It's not what happened. Not at all. You have Travis Kelce making like these insane one-handed diving backwards catches against the Baltimore Ravens. Is that because they practiced in week 4? Like it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. The defense is what kept you in these games year after year after year, game after game after game. Was it because of how you practice on offense? Of course not. Of course not. And the supernatural funk put it to bed already. that Eagles team in 23 was not this amazing juggernaut of a team that they then just suddenly became bad. That's not what happened. That team was on the brink of retirement. They had a terrible defense all year. The offensive play caller was terrible. And then the dam broke. That's not what's happening here right now. I got major issues with Kevin Paulo. Major issues. Major issues. But this team is infinitely more connected. There's a difference between winning close games because you're in control and winning close games because you're just really lucky that the other team is making mistakes. The Kansas City Chiefs last year were able to win close games because the other teams were just making mistakes. The Kansas City Chiefs never really felt in control of those games. The Philadelphia Eagles have been in control of these games. They were in control against the Dallas Cowboys. They were in control against the Kansas City Chiefs. They were in control against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, against the Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles Rams is a little different because they had to have a big comeback. But who is more in control in that second half? We know that answer. And yes, the Philadelphia Eagles have to be better. Have to be better because you're trying to win a Super Bowl again. So you always have to be better. This offense needs to feel more consistent and more connected. Undeniable. Talk about the coaching. Talk about the coaching. I mean, it's unbelievable how much talk about coaching you'll have about some of these other teams, but then it's nothing to do with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the difference here. Talk about what Kevin Paulo needs to do. Talk about some of the game plans and game management that they have to kind of look into. But you're out here trying to tell me that Baker Mayfield is the MVP and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go to the Super Bowl. That's what Nick said. Well, the Eagles just beat them. Nick said the Kansas City Chiefs are actually this great team, and they're going to beat the Eagles at home, etc., etc. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles won that game. Dallas Cowboys hanging 40 on the Green Bay Packers. Well, Philadelphia Eagles beat that team, and that team was more complete. They actually had CeeDee Lamb in that game. The Los Angeles Rams, Matthew Stafford, that's the second best team in the NFC under the Packers. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae, Sean McVay. Well, they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles as well. And it was because of great play from the Philadelphia Eagles. That is the fundamental difference. Do you want to consistently rely on winning close games like this? Absolutely not. Because in the playoffs, it's very uncomfortable. That ball that gets tipped a little bit doesn't actually get intercepted or does get intercepted in the negative, for your, against the Eagles, for instance. Now, you don't win the game. Now, the ball doesn't bounce in your favor. And the whole conversation about A.J. Brown, yeah, that's an entirely different conversation. He did get a lot of targets, but they were uncatchable targets. They were difficult balls. It's not on Jalen Hurts. It's on coaching. A.J. Brown needs to handle that situation much better. Much better. He needs to not be a baby. He does need to grow up. I called him out last year, and I'm going to call him out now. Going on social media and leaving quotes like that after you're 4-0 and winning is absurd. Grow up. You get paid hundreds of millions of dollars. And because of the Philadelphia Eagles, you are a Super Bowl champion. If you went to the Patriots, would you be a Super Bowl champion? If you stayed with the Tennessee Titans, would you be a Super Bowl champion? If you were with the Ravens, would you be a Super Bowl champion? If you were with the Bills, would you be a Super Bowl champion? No, I don't think so. What are the actual options of the teams that you could go to where you would be a Super Bowl champion? Tell me. 49ers can't afford you. Rams can't afford you. You're not getting the targets with the Rams. You're getting more targets than Puka Nacua? I don't think so. So tell me, where are you going to go? Where everything is just all glory, hallelujah. You have been to multiple Super Bowls because of the Philadelphia Eagles. You have got paid $1 gajillion because of the Philadelphia Eagles. You have a massive Super Bowl ring that opens up into wings because of the Philadelphia Eagles. Jamar Chase doesn't have that. Justin Jefferson doesn't have that. 2 other elite wide receivers don't have that. How do you think Tyreek Hill is enjoying Miami right now with Tua? You think he's enjoying life down in South Beach? I don't think so. I don't think so. Terry McLaurin's been playing great. What has he been doing with the Washington Commanders? Does he win rings? Is he winning playoff games? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, he does need to grow up. He does need to grow up. But the Eagles also have to try to do a much better job. And you can see the difference of play calling in the two halves. So, you got to have a real conversation about Kevin Petula. Listen, I think Philadelphia Eagles fans should all be praying. I think the Jets put the Dolphins. They need the Jets to just annihilate the Dolphins, right? I don't even know if it's Tyrod Taylor, if it's Justin Fields. I mean, who's playing? But Tua needs to just throw like 8 interceptions. He needs to be a disaster. And Miami Dolphins need to fire Mike McDaniel, and then Eagles need to scoop him up. But also, let's talk about the things that Kevin has been doing well in year 1. Red zone offense has been elite. Okay, Jalen Hurts this past game under pressure was awesome. When under pressure, 77.8% completion percentage. 7 completions for 9 attempts, 74 yards, 8.2 yards per attempt, and 1 touchdown. He was a 3rd-ranked quarterback under pressure. His adjusted completion percentage was 100%. Under pressure. Under pressure. Not to that, doesn't even factor in his scrambles, obviously, for big pickups, and his passer rating, 138. That's awesome, but it is funny, though, because, again, everyone says that Jalen Hurts can only succeed when everything's perfect, but now his O-line has been a mess. His run game has been a mess. He's not just feeding off of A.J. Brown and Devontae, and yet he's top 10 in completion percentage, 69.3%. He has 6 yards per attempt. He has 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a passer rating of 101.5. For every other quarterback, that would be a big, gigantic round of applause. But for Jalen Hurts, it's not. He's also currently top 8 in pressures with 56. So, we can stop pretending like the O-line just gives him a fortress. I mean, Matthew Stafford's more protected, Jordan Love's more protected, Patrick Mahomes is more protected, Lamar Jackson is more protected, CJ Stroud is more protected, Josh Allen is more protected, Bo Nix is more protected. So Jalen Hurts is now dealing with the pressure. He's not just loving it up for A.J. Brown to make all the moves. Saquon Barkley is not rushing for 150 yards. The defense isn't holding teams to 10 points. He's dealing with a brand new first-time coordinator. Think he leads the NFL in scrambles. Nope. He's one shy of the Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher LA, on Sunday. Okay. He's leading the league right now in rushing yards with 179. He's got 4 touchdowns, 10 total touchdowns. He's been balling. He's been playing great. He's the MVP. Yeah. Nobody wants to talk about that right now, do they? Nobody wants to talk about that. Interesting. But when things are a little bit of a struggle, then we want to talk about it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles? Do you think it's fair to be worried about this 4-0 Eagles team? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.